What is up, everybody? This is Shane, the Rising Grind Picker, and I'm just going to come at you with a short little video, and this is kind of interesting to me. eBay paid me for taking a return. They paid me out of the kindness of their hearts. Yeah, it was really weird, but let's kind of dive into this. This is going to be probably way below 10 minutes, probably around 7 or 8 minutes, to be honest with you, because honestly, I just want to cover this because it was super interesting to me. So what happened was eBay actually, the weird thing was I got an email just a little bit ago, and what it said was it was really weird. Let me read it really fast, okay? And I'll read it for you. That way you know what exactly it says, because I can't exactly sit here and tell you exactly what it says word by word. So I got this email from eBay, and there was two different emails. There was one on my eBay account, and there was one that I got at my actual email. And it said, the return is closed in your favor. Or the return is closed, not in my favor. The return is closed, details available. And I'm like, what return? It was really weird. And it says, we paid the buyer to close this return. You don't have to do anything. The buyer can keep the item. The buyer can keep the item. We will credit your PayPal and final value fees. And so what happened was this buyer, it was a $14.99 vintage long sleeve camouflage shirt. So when I got this, I was like, I don't have automatic return set up. So I was really wondering why it was automatically accepted, because I don't have them set up. So I dug a little further. And so my eBay account had an email, or a mail icon to it. So I'm like, okay, let's read this. And it says, the return is now completed. Good news. We've paid $14 to the buyer and closed the return, so you don't have to do anything. The buyer can keep the item and you won't be charged, which means eBay paid me for this return. So what they did was they paid the buyer the $14. eBay actually automatically let them keep the item, and then they paid me too. So I have a question. I just have a question about this, is how long has eBay been doing this? How much money have they lost? So that's my one question, is how much have they lost? Because here's the thing. They're giving stuff away for free, and it was a $14 item. I get that. Not super expensive. But how long can they keep doing that? Because Amazon doesn't give away things for free and still pay the seller, right? There's always a cost associated with it, correct? Like, this isn't just going to be something that eBay does out of the kindness of their hearts. There's always going to be a cost. And for me, I don't know what that is yet. But I'm going to show you these emails in a little bit. Basically, what it was super weird, okay? This person, it was a female account, had bought the shirt for me, and I shipped it to them, and it just got delivered today, and within an hour they opened a return. Guess what? The reason for return says just didn't like it. So when they just didn't like it, eBay automatically accepted the return, okay, and they automatically refunded the buyer. They never took anything out of my PayPal account. eBay sent them a message automatically saying they can keep the item for their troubles. Then eBay paid me in return for accepting a return I didn't even know I got. And they let me keep my money. Is this crazy to everyone, or is this crazy to me? Because, to be honest, I'm kind of confused, right? Like, I'm kind of wondering what's going on. By the way, I'm filming on my new GoPro Hero 7 Black, and it is amazing. But yeah, honestly, this is completely boggling me, right? Like, how many times has eBay actually paid the buyer and the seller for a return? How many times has this happened where they let the seller keep their money? Or is this something that's new? I don't know, because here's the deal, is usually you have to be enrolled in automatic returns. I am not enrolled in automatic returns at all. Zero. No, I have to, every return has to go through me. So I don't know if this was just under a certain dollar amount and they just do this, but they literally paid me to take a return. How crazy is that? All right, let me show you these emails really quick because you're only going to get even more confused. All right, so here's my eBay email, right? And here's what it says. The return is closed. View details. We've paid the buyer and closed the return, so you don't have to do anything. The buyer can keep the item. Don't have to do anything, and we'll credit your PayPal and final value fees, blah, 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 blah. You can read. You can do that. But look at this. This is a good shirt. It had no holes. It had no flaws. There was nothing wrong with it, right? And so that's totally fine if there's nothing wrong with it. Like, that's totally fine, okay? I would have actually accepted this return and probably have done the same thing. But when I hit see return details, okay, it was just didn't like it, right? And here's where it says the $14 to the buyer and closed the return so you don't have to do anything and you won't be charged. So I did it for free. Just didn't like it. Right there. Just didn't like it. How crazy is that? That eBay paid me to take a return I didn't even know I had. I honestly, I've said this over probably 3 times, and I'm just really confused, and I'm really like, wow. I thought I knew a lot about eBay, but here's where I'm going to break this down to you at, okay? If eBay continues to do this, how many transactions are they doing this with a week? Let's say, I mean, I don't know, there's thousands upon thousands of transactions a week on eBay. If they did it with 10%, they're losing crazy money. Like, they're losing crazy money. So why did they do this? See, I don't have free returns set on my account. So my only thing is, I think what happened is since I don't have free returns and I have 30-day returns, the buyer pays for the returns. They just paid me to take the return. Since I don't have free returns on my account, they went ahead and just done it like it was a free return, but I didn't charge them anything. And are they doing that for the buyer? Like, is that what they're doing it for? Or are they doing it because I have low returns and they just done it because I don't have free returns and they don't want them to pay the return shipping? Because I feel like their only reason they would do that is because they don't want them to pay the return shipping. So they must be pushing free returns like crazy. And so I say it's no cost to me, but what's going to happen if I get a couple more? Am I going to get kicked off of eBay? I don't know. That's a question you should ask yourself in the comments. Throw it down in the comments if this has ever happened to you at all. If you have had something like this happen, they accepted a return and paid you and let you keep your money and refund the buyer over I didn't like it, put it down in the comments. Let me know. Let me know your stories. I'm really interested because this blows my mind, eBay. I mean, eBay, come on. What's going on? So, I mean, just throw it down in the comments what you think because mind blown.